spirits review on a bitterly cold day. I've been rained on all day, so bitterly cold, miserable day. So doing these beer reviews, it cheers me up. And tonight is day 6 from the Thornbridge Advent Calendar beer review. I've got to say, I've loved this beer, this Advent Calendar so far. It's been amazing. 5 out of 6 are new beers to me. You couldn't ask for any more than that. I am, with the wife, getting me the subscription box for Christmas. Good evening, Thomas. And 30 quid. And I tell you what, the subscription box is damn nice. So we'll open number 6 up. If I can get in. Yes. I hope there's been some falling around inside. Please don't be. Good evening. Is that Andrew? Right up. Can down. There's a can trying to get out. So, another newbie for me. Yeah, the light's black. It's called Bale. I've not heard of this one before. And obviously, a lot of the time I keep to supermarkets just because it's just the way it is. So it's a Thornbridge collaboration with Lakes Brew Company, and it's an IPL, so an India Pale Lager at 6.5%. Oh, the one from Fire. Well, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was good. Good evening, Geordie, and good evening, Andrew. Yes, Fire Brewing Company. You know, you go on their site. It's a bottle shop, it's a tap room, and it's a brewery. And I'd love them to get a bit of a notch up, you know, from some of the big boys. Give them just that bit of an helping hand. You know, a collaboration with them would go a long way to giving them a bit more of a notch. So yeah, Lakes Brew Company. Again, I don't think I've actually had a beer from them. So not that it rings a bell anyway. So first one on the list. Good evening, Mr. Mosey Bears. General Sherman. Is that the Imperial? I'm hoping I get a big one at the end. I can't have a bit. I cannot have an Imperial tonight. So I've got to into town and pick the wife up. So 2 low ABV beers isn't too bad. So it says that we've been thrilled to see a number of our friends unite and create Lakes Brew Co, an exciting new venture in the heart of the beautiful Lake District. We were really pleased to work on a beer together with them. It's really hard to see this writing. And I've named it after a fun evening at Peakender. Was that somebody who was on about that last night, but I'll go into that. Which would require, wow, I can't read the writing, asking the right questions of the right brewers for an explanation. An IPL, my gosh, really struggling with this writing. IPA meets lager, yeah. So I'm going to have to leave the rest because I can't read the writing. Sacked from Hawkshead. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I wasn't very happy with Hawkshead over that. That was a bit naughty. You could have furloughed them. Why sack them? Bad move. And they're the same people who took over Saddlers and did the dirty to Saddlers as well. And I really like Saddlers. Well, I did. Yeah, I don't like dirty tricks. Peakender. Yeah, I definitely want to go to some of these things next year. And the wife, because she's on this like voyage into craft beers now, she'd be up for it. As long as we get a babysitter for my young'un, I think we'd all be good. You know, because we'd want to stay over. We'd want to get a bed and breakfast nearby. So lovely crystal clear pour, straw coloured. Looks straw coloured. Looks golden on that side. Looks straw coloured here. It's amazing how light it differs, isn't it? There, it looks golden over there now. Good evening, Tad and Chris. Yeah. I'll be having good evening, Phil. I'll be having a nice egg sandwich when I go back up the house as well. Bakewell Town Centre. Yeah, so bed and breakfast, because you don't want to be messing about trying to drive home. Yeah, So what it's got is tropical on the nose. We've got no lager malt aromas going off here. It's actually got a bit of a nose to it, which is nice because too many lagers are bland and boring. A tropical lager. That's different, isn't it? 20 minutes to bake well for you. That's not too bad, is it? Yeah, it's about an hour and a quarter to bake well for me. We normally pass it on the way. I bet I've passed Thornbridge tap room on the way up to Manchester, going through Matlock and then through Bakewell up to Manchester at about 70 miles an hour. Special brew is not bland. Is that what you're on? Good evening, Thomas. I hope everyone didn't get wet today. I got absolutely soaked. Awful day. Luckily, I had a decent waterproof on, and then I went in the marquee and kept out the way of it. Did some work building more beds at work for the raised garden. It's looking really good. Got a lot of beds to fill with leaves and soil and whatnot. I hope not, because if the wife's buying me the, I don't think they've put that in this kit. But then again, you never know, do you? You never know. I do like Barrel Age Necessary Evil, but the wife's getting me the subscription kit, subscription box, and that's got Necessary Evil in as well. So that's a Christmas present. So, and it's got the orange Pardus, the chocolate orange beer, and there's a Scotch ale. And there's two others as well, but I can't remember what they are. 30 quid, 30 quid. It's a cracker. I don't do subscription boxes, but I'm willing to do that. Put a pause on it and then redo it later on. So I'll just make sure no one's comments got missed. Good evening, Ali. Trip home to Northern Ireland. Oh, bless you. We haven't been to Northern Ireland for a long while. As Sarah says on Crimbo Eve, I bloody hope not. And good evening, Benjamin. And good evening, Shane. How are you, matey? Yeah, we can't wait to go back to Northern Ireland. Last time we came back in a storm. I've never been so scared on a plane in my life. I thought I was going to die. Literally. I mean, I'm never good on a plane as it is. But when the plane's rocking like it was, that was awful. That was, yeah. And even the seasoned flyers were holding on to the seats and looking very worried. That's when it really started to hit home. It's like, we're never going to get down. That pilot got a massive applause. Creme brulee one. I love these different beers. I mean, I know that Bullman, he had a couple and they were really good. Yeah, I don't want to do a snowstorm. No, I don't want to do any. And I've drove over from Belfast to Londonderry. I've drove over the hills, 60 mile an hour. Couldn't see in front of you on them big hills, and because of the fog. And yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, don't want to repeat that. No, rather go over when it's a bit warmer. We want to take the car, go to Londonderry, or Derry. For those people who call it Derry over Londonderry. I know they call it over there Derry. And then shoot down to the theme park in Ireland. Glenshane Pass, of course it is, yes, we've done that before. 60 mile an hour, couldn't see where he was going. Tell you what, absolutely crapping ourselves. I think I was a leerier driver them days. I'm not so leery these days. I stay well back. Good evening, Slurpee. Oh, so this is a really nice tropical lager, India Pale Lager, Lakes Brew Company, and a really good beer. Northern Ireland's Ice pubs on there. Never been. I've been to quite a few in Londonderry when we stopped there. I do apologise. The glare of the light. Collab with Lakes Brew Company, and the writing on the back, because of the colour, it is apps. I mean, you can't even see it because of the glare. But I'll never watch the news anyway. It's just too depressing. Yeah. I don't care who's going to war with who these days. It seems like everybody's stretching their arms, aren't they? Into Russia and Ukraine again. It's like, oh, pack it in. Hey, why? Why even bother to do it? It's a strange old world. Yeah, we need the Avengers to come along and kick the backsides. Now that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hey, just to get someone like Captain Marvel and rip through, all the tanks in about 2 seconds. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Hey, they'd soon pack it in then, wouldn't they? Could you imagine? Hey, not that it's real, obviously, but it'd be funny nonetheless. So this is actually really nice, really crisp and refreshing. I'm loving the tropical taste from it. And for a lager, fair play. Tell you what, Nottingham Forest, for once, we're winning games in the 97th minute. We'll be a great newsreader. Yeah. You want me reading the news? No. I'd be like reading the news and I'd be like, oh, they're at it again, and then start swearing. And yeah, you get sacked within about 2 minutes. So yeah, pulled off air. The alternative news, with Wraggys. Yeah, that'd be funny. Well, isn't beer the best story? You get drunk on beer. Well, at least you get merry on beer, shall we say, not drunk. So really nice. So definitely the first ever beer from Lakes Brew. I thought there was another Lakes, somebody with Lakes in their name, but can't be. I definitely never had this. And again, 5 out of 6 now. I've been wondering the same, Ali. I need to get a beer up to Jim, Mr. Rampant Lion, and I'm not sure the best way to do it. And I don't want to pay through the odds either, because we sent a cake and we got walloped for 32 quid. Did a collab with salt as well? Oh, that's good then. That is nice. That's tasting lovely. You wouldn't believe, though, it was a lager, to be fair. Yeah, he's back over before Christmas. One of these days I'll get a beer sent to him. And they're still doing the Wraggys beer. Lincoln Green are in bottle. In fact, my workplace are actually getting it. The other workplace is getting it. They've been a bit slow to get it, to be fair. So, oh, that's going down well. It's really nice. And I've had a miserable day at work. When it started to rain, then it started to snow. It's like, oh God. Dual citizenship, yeah. Well, them decent Swedish beers as well. I've got a mate in Sweden. I need to get my backside over to go and see him and his family. He's looked after my website for nearly 20 years now. He must be getting old now. I think, aren't we all getting old? Hey, horrible, isn't it? Hey, 1 minute you're 29 and you think 30 and you think, oh, God's sakes, 30? What's that about? Then you're 39 and you think, oh, God, I'm turning 40. It's like, oh, dear. And then last year, 49, and then turned 50. It's like, I'm dying, I'm dead. It's like, it's old age is coming. Don't feel old, apart from today when I was wet through. That's good from Hook Norton. Yeah, that is good. Has everyone been entering competitions on Facebook and Instagram? Ilkley Brewery do an amazing competition at this time of the year. Today they've got 2 Imperial Stouts. Can he? Yeah, you can get the Imperial Stout. Imperial Stouts. So yeah, Ilkley Brewery are doing an Imperial Stout competition today. Hook Norton, I'll have to keep an eye on it. I'm looking next year at breweries who are doing advent calendars, but I want like this. I want an advent calendar where I know 100% that all the beers are in the right place, because doing live beer reviews, you want people to be able to join in with you. It's the whole point of it. If I find out that an advent calendar didn't have the same, if it was a mix and match advent calendar, and I think probably low cost was like that last year, if truth be known, but it puts you off, doesn't it? Yeah, it's the whole reason for doing lives, so that people around the country at some stage, maybe not live, but can join in and watch. That's my hope anyway. Hope and aspirations. And like steam powered brew kit. Omnipolar, so expensive. Good evening, David. I do like a decent glass. It's why yesterday at Morrison's we picked up the Thornbridge pack from Morrison's, because the glass is stunning. Although I've got to wait for Santa to get it. Yeah, it's sat in the bedroom staring at me, and it's like, I've got to wait for Santa. But hey up, Santa, you got to wait for him. Good evening, greetings from Dublin. Whoa. So, matey, drinking. Hey, I do apologise for the camera. It's called Hey Bale, and it's a Thornbridge collaboration with Lakes Brew Company. And thank you to everyone in the chat. Lakes Brew Company were the people who were sacked disgustingly from Hawkshead. So good on them. I don't like people being done the dirty on. There's no, we all want a bit of respect in this world. It's just not good. And so, great for Thornbridge. Cheers, lads and ladies. Yep. And it's an India Pale Lager, and it's 6.5%. Yeah. So a little bit higher than I could have done with. For God's sakes, don't let the adventure beer be any bigger than about 5. Near me, Totally Tapped, they had Omnipolar on draft, and I think it was either a third or 2/3. It might have even been a third. It was 12%. Good evening, Andy. And it was £6.50, or maybe even more. I think it was a third for £6.50. It's like, Jesus. And I'm looking at the wife and thinking, I want to try it, but I'd need to review that for £6.50. So that is a lovely tropical tasting lager. And if you didn't know it was a lager, you wouldn't know it was a lager, because it tastes like a pale ale. It looks like for me, it's like a pale ale, but hey ho, I'm not a brewer, so we'll go with whatever the flow is. But yeah, the taste is amazing. 6.5% as well. It's got some welly to it. And what I like is doing collaborate. Yeah, it's an India Pale Lager. IPL. You can't see it, can you? Bloody camera. Yes, matey. All good, apart from being a bit cold. Camden Beer of the Year bottle, £7. Let's hope it's decent. The one thing you don't want to buy is a beer that's a beer of the year, and it's rubbish. And yeah, Farmhouse saisons. I don't want a Farmhouse saison anywhere near my lips. Although there's one in Sainsbury's at £9.50, and I'm tempted to buy it and just to do another review and see how it goes. So 19 minutes in. Wow, I need to knock this one off. So yeah, crystal clear golden pour on the camera. Went to Waitrose. Oh, jolly good. Yes, I do like Waitrose. The nearest one though is in Newark. It's a right trek to get to. The only time I can go is when I'm actually at work over there. But I've lost my wallet, and I ain't got back on find my card anyway. I don't think it was 500 mils, Adam. I think it was a third of a pint. It was. I looked and I thought, oh, that's steep. And I didn't bother to get it. I was thinking, no, I can get 3 beers for the same money. Impy Lagers. don't think I've ever come across an Imperial Lager. Yeah, I don't think I've ever come across an Imperial Lager. Come across a lot of Imperials, but not a lager. That's a new one. I bet Ali's probably drank an Imperial Lager, if anybody has. But can't say I've made. No. And in this advent calendar I've got here, they've been stunning. I mean, this is day 6, although day 21 is trying to encroach on day 6. He needs to get his backside back up. Yeah, get there. Don't show me who you are. But no, I have not had a bad one, to be fair. There's always going to be a beer that's not your cup of tea, though. Let's be fair. It may have the taste that it's supposed to have, but it's not something, you know, it may not be your cup of tea. There's always that chance, even from your favourite breweries. There's always going to be a beer that you think, I didn't really rate that. And from all my favourite breweries, there's always one that I'm not touching that again. You know, it's bound to happen, isn't it? So, Imperial India Pale Lager, 6.5%. You've tried the Imperial Lager? Oh, never even heard of one. No, I've not seen one. Good evening. How are you? So, 6.5%. A Thornbridge collaboration brew with Lakes Brew Company, and good on them. You've never heard of an Imperial Lager? Oh, ooh. It's a new one on me as well. I've never seen an Imperial Lager either. What was that about? The Lager IPA. Don't you find that sometimes the boundaries are changing so much? And you know, lager hybrids and that. Soon you won't know, and everyone's got their own version. Soon we'll have a Nottingham Pale Ale. £5 for a third of a glass. Oh, ouch! You'd be sipping that bugger. You wouldn't be drinking loads, would you? Facts say 10%, not an Impy Lager. Maybe, but they don't class it as an Impy Lager, do they? Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's and 10% is certainly imperial strength. Then again, according to Muntons, 4.5% on their kit. They've got an imperial stout kit that's 4.5%, and I'm like, what? Can't be 4.5%. It's not imperial. I must message Muntons and say to them, how do you make out that 4.5 is imperial? Because in no terms have I ever come across a 4.5% imperial. 7, 8.5 certainly, and well above 8.5, but never ever 4.5. And you look on Munton's website as homebrew, any homebrewers out there, look on Munton's website, you'll be like, what? Taking the mick. And I'm trying to swear, so I won't swear. So yeah, Bale from Thornbridge. Wow, an India Pale Lager IPL collaboration with Lakes Brew Company, 6.5%, golden pour, lovely beer. Tropical lager rather. Tropical lager. It's got great taste. As a lager, a good 4.5. Wow, absolute barnstorming. And better end this review because I'm at 24 minutes. And end this one and back with a review in about 2 minutes. Cheers all, and thank you everyone for joining in. And for those joining later and watching later, what a stunning lager. Oh, cheers. I can neck it now.